Hello everybody, welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion and Season 6 of our Formula 3 Open Wheeler Championship. This is Round 5 at the brand new to iRacing Rudskogen Motorsenter. I've had a look, Hulk Hogan has never been here. My name is Gareth and joining me in the commentary box it's Dom and Jools. How are you guys?
Peachy perfect, thank you. I love racing at tracks that I can't pronounce.
Rudskogen.
Rudskogen, yes. Taking a look at the championship, and it's looking like it is a two-horse race now between Mark Innis and Tor Malarin, both in the Wizards Divination team. And what's your view, guys, going forwards in these final few rounds?
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those two. Hugovin's got the lead at the moment, but then Malarin's already dropped around, so that's a bit deceptive there. But Miller, I think, is going to miss a race, maybe Kota, and Walker hasn't been on the pace in practice, so it's got to be one of those two, I would say.
Yeah, I didn't know about Miller missing a race. I was going to say, like, you can never count Rob out, but I guess if he's missing a race as well, then that might be the final nail for Rob. It's going to make it a bit tricky. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Looking at the teams then, we can see that those two aforementioned drivers dominating the standings in Wizards Divination. A-Team are a little ahead of Alpha Esports, and anyone sort of standing out in the team order there? We're seeing the Riskies so far, Dan. I know they've been missing a lot of races.
See if Evocation can catch esports, and Stupid Aguri haven't scored much in the early parts, so maybe they can try and move up a bit.
Yeah, indeed. And talk to us about the Club 1500 standings, because that is very exciting down there.
Yeah, Innis, he's won every race that he's started, so that's why he's up there.
Across both disciplines as well, that is, isn't it? That's GT3
yeah,
and
he's having
F3.
a crazy good season, isn't he?
Yeah, why did we allow him to stay down here at 1500? But no, it's good. There's Costa, Martel, Piercy and Innis all look like they can win races. And Dan has also showed some good pace, Dan Hill.
Yeah, nice grid there. And as a Wizards team on top in the clubbers as well, it's Wizards Transmutation.
And fourth, I think.
And fourth, yes.
Split, there's one in fourth. Yeah, but it's a lot closer in this championship here. They
haven't
got quite the gap of 100 points, have they?
No. So this is Gabriel Carollo and Mark Innis. They are the Wizards Transmutation team, I believe, and Wizards Illusion. Is that right? And Roberto Costa is in Wizards Illusion. I can't remember. I'm presuming it's Roberto.
Rich Meisters.
Yeah, Rich Meisters. Yeah. That's right. Yes, indeed. So taking a look at the practice results, and it's David Lyme from the A-Team ahead of his teammate Robert Miller, a 112.731 and .062. And 0.082 back to Mark Innis. So it's very, very tight at the top. Two are almost looking miles away, 0.4 away. I mean, you wouldn't normally say that's a big gap. And only 1.6 seconds across the field. That's looking very exciting indeed. And very nice to see 15 of our top split drivers in this race.
Nice to see 3 Riskies on the board. 3 Riskies in the race. Love it.
Nice to see the Riskies back and well represented. And look at the clubbers then. It's Gabriel Carollo ahead of his teammate Mark Innis in practice. So that's very exciting indeed. And look at Dan Shaw all the way up there in P3 ahead of Dan Hill.
Race?
Yes, his first F3 race. So that's very exciting indeed. So, and 14 clubbers as well. So we've got a nice healthy grid of 29 cars. And as you say, Jules, this is free content. So it is nice to see a big full grid though. A very technical, tight track. So, any words on the track? What's your view on it?
It's great fun to drive around. I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to pass on. You have to, I think, have quite a big delta over the guy in front.
Yeah.
To make a mistake. But practice has shown tyres are wearing a lot, so you've got to look out for who's going to take tyres in the race. Someone might try and not take tyres, but they were looking like they're going to be pretty cooked by the end if you don't.
Yes, indeed, yeah. So taking a look at the grid, then we've got Mark Innis on pole position from Rob Miller and David Lyne in the A-Team. And then Tor Malarin, Graham Bardsley and Dom Parker doing very well. Then Stephen Maxwell, Gavin Kelly, Stephen Greening and Josh Kanema from the ETM running out the top 10. Michael Messenger and Winslade from the ETM. And then we've got Ettridge, Dan Hill on pole for the Club 1500, Gabriel Carollo, Oliver Walker there. There's Mark Innis, Dan Shaw, Juan Escamilla, and then Nico Martel, Matthew Lee is a debutant. Welcome to him. Eric Puc. Then we've got Joe Barlow, Nathan Parker all the way down there, Rich Meisters, Dean Perry, Lewis McManaman, Chris White and Yannaman Bruce on the back row of the grid.
Ollie Walker
nice
way
to
back.
See, Winslade. Yeah, I saw that. But nice to see Winslade got a time in this time.
Yeah.
All of his laps invalidated.
It's
rare.
Move
there in the back.
Yes,
yeah,
that
just
was
under the lights.
Mark Innis.
That was Innis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great start by Hoogeveen though as he takes the field up to T1 for the first time. And it's Miller behind him. And look at that then. That's Tor Malarin getting through David Lyon as they come through T1 and 2 for the first time. And John Parker's getting right up in there as well. So we have got 3 wide action at the back as well. As they will blow down the hill then to turn 3 and 4. A very long, complex braking zone. Ooh, Malarin's tyres looking very sketchy there. He was very sideways as he came through.
Yep, cold tyres at this point, so it's going to be a lot of sliding, especially in the dirty air of these cars.
Yeah, but it looks like it's been a pretty safe, clean start to the race, though, you have to say, which I was not expecting.
So Juan Espinilla is down there.
Whoa!
Huge slide by Dan Shaw there into the hairpin. I wonder if he just missed his braking point and he's putting the pressure on Dan Hill for the lead. Oh no, that's one of the Wizards.
Carollo.
Is that Carollo, look, plummeting down the order. Big shame for him as they came up to the top of the hill.
Janneman as well.
So cutting back to the leaders of the race and as they complete lap 1. And who's this coming into the pits is Mark Innis after his jump start. Look at this action here.
Is that what the heck?
Yeah, one of the Riskies going very wide and off the road there.
Oh, found a landmine. Yeah.
Yeah, trust the Riskies to find the bump.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
Terrible showing for the for the green Wizards team there. That's Carollo backwards and Innis in the pits already.
Yeah, absolute nightmare for the championship leading team then in Club 1500. Oh, Line's looking a bit blinky there.
Yeah, maybe he's on his phone tonight. Maybe he's not on his phone tonight.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to risk the non-tethered connection. Look at that, Winslade being harried by the Club 1500 drivers just behind him. That's Dan Hill and Dan Shaw just behind him. Nico Martel in 3rd position in the clubbers.
Battle of the Dans here.
Yeah, but it's looking like go on.
With the Wizards out of position, it's a chance for those behind to catch up this race.
Yeah, I mean,
Markers need to get as good many points as they can here.
It's an open goal then for one of these drivers to step up and make a debut win. Fastest lap in Club 1500 it goes to Dan Shaw, and he's really harrying Dan Hill now. Great fight between these two. Oh, here's this going side by side. It's Joe Barlow. He's under attack by Gabriel Carollo. Nice move then into turn 1.
So despite that mega dive from Dan Shaw down into the hairpin on the first lap, he must not have actually got the move finished then, right?
No. He could see he was very, very locked up and sideways. Nearly collected Winslade, but it looks like they all got away safely. Oh, Winslade running very wide there as they came through that corner. And that's... where are they? Yeah, so that middle carousel corner, very, very long, technical, tricky corner, isn't it? Tell us about that one.
Well, it's got like 14 apexes on it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Wow, look at this then. So that's Mark Innis then, and he is currently holding up the leaders, and he's trying to get to the outside as they come through turn 1.
This is all getting a bit cosy, isn't it, down the front straight?
Oh, sorry, no, that's the final corner. Oh, I'm getting my 2 carousels wrong. Whoa! Don Parker then just dived down the inside, and he's made the move on line.
Opportunity there, and he took it.
Fantastic move for P4 there by Don Parker. That's his teammate just sitting behind Mark Innis at the moment, who is currently under attack by Stephen Maxwell. He's currently running in P7. Nice to see him up there.
This must be a nightmare for Innis. This is the worst place he could have come out.
Oh,
yes.
God. That's tight.
Those S's are single car wide, and these guys are making it 2 wide all the way through the field. Joshka Namath having a bit of a cheeky move in there as well. Fabulous hairpin down at the bottom of this hill as well. Great overtaking spot. Well, look at that. They're side by side back there. That's Ollie Ettridge and Winslade. making a fight of it. This is over 11th and 12th in top split.
I think Kelly's starting to get a bit held up by Innis now.
Yes, couldn't quite hear what he was saying, but he's obviously frustrated.
It's past now.
Look at that.
He thought he was past at the hairpin.
Winslow just thrown him very wide, and he's now under attack from Dan Hill and Dan Shaw as they head up to turn 1.
Oh, Dan's looking inside of Dan. Battle of the
My
Dans.
goodness.
And again, Shaw can't make it stick. He's throwing it in there, but can't sort of put the final nail in the coffin. Got a
Great
good
run out
now.
of the corner, though.
Surely this time got the inside as they go down the hill.
Yeah. This is one of the only 2 places where you do hit 6th gear in the lap, and he's made the move into turn 3 and 4. Very nice move indeed by Dan Shaw, who takes the lead in Club 1500.
I thought for a moment he was going to lose another place to Martel just behind him.
Yeah.
Managed to hold him off though.
Oh, this is
Dan
super
Hill
tricky for Innis now. Sorry, obviously Innis is normally up there in the fight usually for position, but he's in position but a lap down.
Yeah, it's a disaster for Mark.
He knows he's as fast as these guys, but he's almost duty bound to sort of jump out of the way of them. Frustrating one for him. Didn't see what put him in the pits, of course, yet.
No, we haven't seen the replay yet. Sorry, Jules, I think I'm going to cut you off there. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, well, he would have had to have done his drive-through for his
of
jump
course.
start.
Yes.
Yeah, you normally get a fat penalty for a jump start. Oh, it's one of the other wizards. Is that Rich Meesters or...
Yeah, Meester's
Meester's.
blinking. Don't think we usually see that from Rich, do we, on his connection?
No, we don't. And he's under attack from Gabriel Carollo, who, as we saw, he had a spin on lap 1, and he's now fighting to get back through. Gabriel always looks rapid in Club 1500. Well, these boys are putting on a super show.
Yeah, that's
Top
like
of the
Martel and Walker passed there, wasn't it? Corolla run a bit wide. There's a bit of a slowdown out there as well if you just put enough wheels over the white line. Tricky corner.
Yeah, we need to talk about the slowdowns because they are savage around this track.
Disgusting. Whoa, hold that thought. Messenger, in fact, in the background there, sending one in deep on Carollo.
Yes,
in fact, no, that's Innis.
Are very out of position here and fighting their way up through the clubbers. And we were talking about
action.
Oh, what's going on here then? Yeah, this is Bardsley and Parker, and we saw action between them at Road Atlanta, and here they go again.
Most disappointed to see them in matching paints with the correct team logos as well.
Towards the world coming today.
They have sorted it out, and look at Maxwell just stalking the pair of them in the background. This is very exciting stuff between these 3.
I don't know what's got into Parker today. He's having absolutely none of it from anyone.
No.
No, that's a nice defence. I imagine Bardsley's quite happy at the moment because he wasn't happy in practice. He wasn't finding all of these slow corners very easily with his leg.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, massive shout out to Graham, considering due to an accident. Oh, someone off in the background there. I believe that's Matthew Lee in the Red Bull livery. Yeah, Graham has no feeling in his right leg, so the fact that he can put on the throttle control, he can. With that, here's a replay. Oh, it's a big collision between Dean Perry and Matthew Lee. Down in turn 3 and 4.
Bit of a gone bowling incident there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Line then shaping up a move then on Tour Malarin. This is for the podium positions as they come up into T1 and 2.
So, last time we saw this group, Parker had just got in front of Line and now he was just defending from Bardsley and there's a massive air gap.
That is a very good point. He must have had a slowdown then. We were talking about them. They are multiple seconds long. They are huge. One of them being this corner they're just about to head up to, this left-hander that starts the S's. There's one on the first apex. There's one on the right-hand apex.
Honestly, I think it's easier to count the corners that don't have a slowdown. Which, off the top of my head, is the right-hand hairpin. And I honestly think that's the only corner that's not got a slowdown on it somewhere.
Yeah, I really love that hairpin.
Question for Parker, the fuel saving expert. We're 8 laps in and there's almost an 8-second lockout.
Oh, look at this! Sorry to cut you off, Jules. We've got a big incident
mess.
here. That's Nathan Parker, and is that It's Lewis McManaman from the very back markers. Oh, massive shame to see him round. One of the other drivers got in there as well. I didn't quite see who that was on the back of the incident. Unfortunately, Oliver Walker having a big twitch as he comes through. Oh,
Perry's had a bit of damage there.
Yeah, but he was in that accident earlier with Matthew Lee. Is this him trying to get back to the pit lane for his quick repair rather than towing?
It might be better to tow at that point, to be honest. It doesn't look very drivable, does it?
No.
Linus got past Malaren here. I was going to ask, is Malaren fuel saving? Because look at what's happened. Hugoven and Miller have just scalped.
Well, there was some chat from the drivers through the week. Some mathematicians amongst the Discord have reckoned that maybe we won't fit the 44 laps into 50 minutes. So depending on if that's the case or not, it might be possible. The no stop might be on today.
It's a quite low speed track, isn't it? So it would lend itself to fuel saving.
As Gareth mentioned earlier, obviously we've only got sort of one section where we actually hit top gear around this track. So yeah, definitely a slow speed track.
But the big flip side of that, of course, is the tyre degradation, which has been very, very fierce. We haven't seen anything like it since Watkins Glen last season, where the tyre change became an optimal sort of strategy. So if you are going to do a no-stop, you're going to be risking it with the tyres getting a bit sketchy.
I'd like to think the tyres can be sort of preserved with the setup change, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay, yeah.
I'd like to think you could babysit the tyres enough to make it. Go-go juice is always going to be the biggest factor, I'd say.
Yeah, that could be very interesting indeed. We just saw Dean Perry there just letting these guys through. So he's obviously made it back to the pits and got his car straightened out and a bit of a turtle wax and a polish. So
Malaren is back ahead of line and Parker has closed that gap.
And he's right on the back of them again, yeah. And he was shaping up into T1 again. He's feeling feisty today.
We've not seen Malaren lose 10 seconds to Hugoven in 10 laps all season. So
No, you're absolutely right.
That Parker? Yeah.
Oh, so Nathan Parker having recovered. Oh, he's now letting him through nicely. Oh, nightmare day for Nathan Parker from the Stupid Aguri team. That's really unfortunate. Sad to see that.
Parker does like messaging other Parker to not so much rub it in, but he certainly likes to inform other Parker when he is the superior Parker. So I wonder if there's any messages exchanged this time as one Parker goes a lap down to fellow Parker.
Well, yeah, we'd love to see it, and it does make me wonder what Jake and Jason do. Our beloved weavers who run the Oval Division. There must be some top bants going on between them. Who have we
Come
got
back to us,
here?
chaps. Come back to us, please. We miss you.
Yeah, look at Josh Knamethan. He is really starting to hound Gavin Kelly from the Stupid Aguri team. We've got a fantastic battle between these two. Currently for 8th and 9th. Replay here.
Whoa.
Oh, Ettridge. Round he goes. He's running, look at that, 14th. He was 11th earlier, so has obviously lost some places. Oh, and a replay here. We don't see that very often. Wednesday trying to put a move on Stephen Greening from the Risky Racing team. Oh, Greening's gone wide.
It's going to get it done. Nicely done.
Tasty
Beautiful
move. So back to this Titanic scrap then with Tor Malaren, who you suspect is fuel saving. David Lyon and Don Parker chasing him at the moment, and if they're not fuel saving, then those two need to get past him in a hurry.
He's a cock in the ball, isn't he? But as I said, it's quite difficult to pass here.
Yeah, it is very difficult to pass here. It's a tight and twisted track. It's been Hermann Tilke, as it's the premier motorsport centre in Norway. But then I couldn't name another Norway track, could you?
No, I think most of them are usually on frozen lakes and sent sideways, aren't they? With spike tyres.
Like a bit of ice slide stuff.
Yeah.
Green's got back ahead of Winslade.
Yeah, indeed. I wonder what happened there. So they are skating about a bit. Look, you can see. Oh, it's lap 12. So we're getting to that point. We talk about it quite a bit, don't we? Where these tyres sort of get a bit overheated around about the lap 8 to 12 mark, depending on the length of the lap. And the drivers have to start managing the rears somewhat. Oh, Little broadcast there from Dean Perry. Didn't quite catch what he had to say, unfortunately. Wow, those guys.
It's just a bit quiet, isn't it? But yep.
That's got to be an off-track.
Tasty here.
Yeah. David Lyon and Don Parker both very off-track into the final corner, but they... Parker's down the inside. Outside for T1, inside for T2. And he's ahead. Lyon's defending and fighting back as they drop down the hill. Superb plummet, this hill, I tell you. In VR, it's quite fantastic. Parker's made the move. He's back up to P4.
Now he's got to get past Malone.
Yes.
Yeah, Malone's
teammates.
Bit of a rolling roadblock at the minute. Lost 12 seconds from them now. See a replay of the move again.
Well,
nice little,
superb.
Nice little pair of corners, this 1 and 2. We were saying just before the broadcast here. It reminds me of Montreal T1 and 2. The left-hander switching back into a long right.
But it's a heck of a lot quicker, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That turn 2. It's quite surprising just how much front-end grip there is and just how committed you can be into that corner. Eric Piusi then, and Gabriel Carollo.
Carollo back up to 4th.
Yeah,
great recovery
drive he's having. Wasn't he down in 10th or 11th earlier?
It was a long way down, that's for sure. I mean, he was spun facing back towards the pack on the first lap, so you'd have expected him to have been last or thereabouts. So, yeah, great recovery.
I mean, obviously we know Mark has had his issues with his jump start and trip to the pits. Dean Perry, collision with Lewis McManaman, Matthew Lee. Oh, sorry, no. Lewis got collided with by Nathan. It was Dean Perry and Matthew Lee getting together.
Yes.
Wasn't it down here in turn 3 and 4?
Whoa!
Yanneman into the pits.
Sideways.
No, yeah. Presumably this has to be due to damage. There's no way he'd take this earlier stop, surely. Lap 14 of 44 expected.
He can get home from here for sure on fuel, so I guess maybe if he has picked up a bit of damage he can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but I don't think it would be the optimal strategy to come in this, unless he felt he was being held up behind someone maybe.
Yeah, although as you said with the number crunches they don't believe... Oh, look at this though. I'm going to cut myself off here because Don Parker is really shaping up on Tourmaline and we know he likes to move into T1. Has he got the run off that crucial final corner? Line's still blinking behind him. Oh, he's down to the inside this time. Too many instant points drive through for Dean Perry, unfortunate to see. Parker hanging on round the outside. Oh, Malarin squeezing into the line. That might have been an off-track. Here they go on the run down.
They might have touched just then, to be honest, on the exit of T2. They were very close.
Yeah.
And still very close.
Oh, side by side.
Don't
clenching.
Guys.
Clenching.
Clench. Oh, what happened there?
Whoa!
Sure.
Was that a wiggle? Was that net code? Something happened to Tour's car there. Threw him off the track. Fortunately, he's still pointing the right way.
And fighting Dave. Dave thought he was past there, but...
Yeah, Dave thought he had it in the bag. And this is...
I saw plenty of air between those cars, so there was no contact.
Yeah,
no contact at least.
My initial thought there just looked like it got loose, but yeah, hopefully we'll see again, see if there was any prediction issues.
Yes.
Line
just took a...
Whoa, contact.
Someone's just gone heavily off.
There was contact there. Was it Maxwell in the back of Bardsley there?
Oh, Messenger. Messenger round, that's unusual.
And I saw Line pitting as well as we left the Line feed. Since Line's had enough of this.
Well, Line almost looked like he was taking some unusual lines in the run-up to that, trying to find his way through. Didn't quite make it. Replay here between Eric Piusi and Carollo. That must be that move we saw earlier on.
Another replay, because Liebeth is ahead of Kelly.
And this will be why then. Through the hairpin, I said it was a great overtaking spot, and Josh Good really launching a great attack here. Wow,
stays around the outside.
He's going to have the inside line for the final corner. We saw that smoke earlier. That looks like Pruis. Yeah. And a massive shout out actually to Yanneman Pruis' teammate, Stephen Koenig, sadly not with us due to his computer. Did it catch fire or something?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So many replays here. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Maxwell going into the back of Bardsley.
That's not good. That's not good. And we saw Line, diving into the pit lane. So here comes Maxwell and Bardsley. Whoa.
I think they just collided on the way in. There's
Yeah, they were side by side on the way, and that's not right.
I think at the very least that'll be an unsafe pit entry for one of them. I think it was Maxwell from behind maybe went through the cone, so that'll be a penalty as well as potentially some damage.
Oh no, his race is starting to come undone.
It's horrible little concertina there with Pruis spinning out to the outside, and I think everyone checked up and it just caught Maxwell out, and he was sort of the end of the accordion and just got pinched into the back of Bardsley there. Just didn't see it coming.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's hard, isn't it? There are a lot of things to take in when you're racing.
I'm quite far behind on real life motorsports at the minute. I've only just caught up on the F2 or the F3 from Zandvoort, and one of their safety car restarts just ended in absolute carnage because of the accordion effect. Like the leaders had not gone, and everyone from sort of P10 downwards just piled into the back of each other. So it certainly happens even in the real world.
Meanwhile, Winslade is now behind Dan Hill, and we last time we saw these guys, he was firmly ahead. So.
Yeah, we saw Winslade being chased down by the clubbers, but then we also saw him putting moves on Risky and sort of pulling away. Greening is now 5 seconds up the road from Winslade.
He must have had an issue then. So Dan Shaw is ahead of Dan Hill. Oh, replay of the Maxwell and Bardsley incident into the pit lane.
Oh my lord!
Oh yeah. Replayed. Dean Perry. Oh. He's already used his quick repair as well, so I think that might be a long hold while he gets that one fixed.
Juan's having his one of his more quiet races today, just staying out of trouble. 7th in class.
You could say that indeed.
Wow, Winslade doesn't. Look at that, he doesn't want to be behind Dan Hill for long.
Reigning runner-up in Club 1500 from last year, is that right?
Yes, vice champion. He's down the outside, but Dan stays ahead.
Tell Winslade this isn't worth any points.
Yeah. The trouble is that we just saw them. The cars that he's chasing are Greening, Kelly and Namath, who've just gone round this final corner, so they're not that far ahead of him, and he wants to be up in that fight. But to do it, he's got to get past these two Dans.
He'll get Greening. It's a 44-lap race. Greening will lose interest.
Oh, I just saw big smoke up in turn 1 there.
Big smoke.
And Dan Hill very nicely.
There it is, lingering. There's a car off to the side. Perry is shown as stopped.
That's Perry, yeah.
Oh, nightmare.
Perry again.
Unfortunate for Dean Perry there. Dan Hill, big shout out. He just waved Winslade through. Did not want any more of that action. And that's sensible driving by him. Hopefully he can just use Winslade to cruise onto the back of Dan Shaw.
I think that car ain't going anywhere.
I think he's got a broken rear wheel.
One of those rear wheels is missing.
Here's Josh Namath from the ETM then, the lead driver from that team. He's currently running P5, which is a storming drive. Sadly missing from a couple of recent races. Nice to see him back.
Yes. Nice to see 2 of the OG teams still being represented strongly on the grid.
Yes,
ETM and Stu Degori, of course. Parker with a drive-through for too many incidents.
He's only
halfway through the race.
He's had one of those days, though.
And Pruis, I saw Bardsley as well a minute ago.
We haven't deployed Nathan's nickname for a while. The Action Magnet. He's at it again.
Oh, and this is why.
Oh my goodness.
Magic reattaching wheel. That'll still be a 4X, though.
Yeah.
And Lewis McManaman.
Oh, unfortunate for Lewis.
So Line having pitted then, now behind Maxwell, who was sort of crashed into the back of Bardsley twice, potentially served a penalty, and also pitted, and still ended up in front of Line.
So it was Line.
Now ahead.
Oh, nice
Not
move
anymore.
there. Clinical. I remember when they unveiled the teaser image of this track with that rock, and everyone assumed it was going to be another hill climb. I think they were talking about Pikes Peak at one point, weren't they?
Yeah, I'm not sure we need any more hill climbs on the service, to be honest, though.
No, but I will say a huge thank you to iRacing for giving us a brand new free circuit, and not just an older track that's been demonetized, but a brand new scan. It's a fab circuit. Couple of optimization issues with VR. It gets a bit slow around the final corner, frame rate dropping, but once we get that sorted, this place is enormous fun.
Yeah, there's been an update for that already, so fingers crossed that'll solve a lot of the issues that people were having.
Well, bingo bango, sorted.
Got Oshleberleben as well in this new update, and one close to my heart because I love watching the Aussie V8s. We'll be getting Pukekohe at some point. Now, I really hope they release that as a free track as well.
I saw the news and I thought of you.
let Pukekohe live on in iRacing. Enjoy Oran Park, and we've only got Oran and Bathurst, don't we? Oh no, Phillip Island as well, of course.
And Winton and
Sandown. Okay.
No, they've got a lot of Aussie tracks.
Aussie takeover. Still not got Townsville though. I really like Townsville.
Oh my gosh, how many do you need?
Townsville is a good track, right?
You can have You can have that when they give us Thruxton.
Yeah, okay. I saw, I think it was like Sim Racing Wiki or whatever. I reckon we were getting Croft, but since I've read that, they've now taken that off the website. So that's probably from a few years ago.
I haven't driven. Well, is that when they were originally talking about doing like the original BTCC? They did the big announce, didn't they? Quite a few years back, and it just all fell apart. But
yes.
Croft, I haven't driven that since PlayStation 1.
Wow.
It had like a big stone wall and a bit of it.
Yeah, it's my local BTCC track. But how many C's did I put in that? BTCC track is Croft, so I know the circuit quite well. I've never driven it in any form, be it real or sim though.
It's quite small though, isn't it? It's quite short.
Yeah, I think a lot of the BTCs are, to be honest, aren't they? CCs.
Yeah. BTCCs. On board with Stephen Green, then currently running P7 in top split, and that's Gavin Kelly, our Season 4 champion, just ahead of him. Meanwhile, Eric Busey running 6th in Club 1500, and Stephen Maxwell just nipped past him. Maxwell currently running 12th after his, you'd have to say, action-filled race. He's had a few incidents.
Yes.
Plenty of time for some more.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so lap 23 of 44. Meren Hugevin still out in front. Rob Miller still in second place. Dom Parker now up to third ahead of Tor Malarin. Look at that, Dom up 3 places and Josh Namath up 5 places to P5. And then we've got Kelly, Greening, Winslade, Ollie Walker, Messenger, Line, Stephen Maxwell, Ollie Ettridge, Nathan Parker and Graham Barsley running out the top 10. And Graham Barsley showing us out of the race. That's a huge shame.
Greening just sent one on Kelly on the live action just there as well. Down the hill, it's turn 3.
Jools, why don't you give us a little run through a Club 1500?
Okay, so Shaw is up 3 places and leading, followed by Hill. Carollo has somehow recovered back to third, so he's only 1 place down from where he started, having been practically last at some point. Martel is running well in fourth, followed by Barlow, Busey, Escamilla, Meesters. Innis obviously having a bad race, but could he still win it? No, probably not. White, McMahon, Fruis is in the pits and probably out, as this is his second stop, as well as Perry and Lee.
Escamilla.
Escamilla. We saw a huge tank slapper by Stephen Greening as you were doing that
like
run
to
through.
save those.
Yeah,
those in a race. But Maxwell I just saw also has just got a penalty, so that's another visit to the pits. But yeah, Greening. It's not a race with Greening if he doesn't have a tank slapper.
Greening sends it sideways just so he can say, "Oh, it's just paid itself off right there."
It has. A direct drive wheel has just paid itself off. Okay, and QC seems to be off track for a while there.
So talking about the clubbers then, so obviously Dan Shaw on debut in F3 and he's currently leading, which is, fantastic to see. We know he's rapid, so this is cool. But Dan Hill, 7 seconds back now, which is a huge shame considering he's come from pole.
Dan Hill is off track.
Oh, Dan.
And dropping. Back on track. Oh, there he is. He's just spun on the inside of the longest left known to man.
Oh. More. Dan.
Cursed him.
When is that man going to catch a break, huh? He's so fast. He's so quick in Club 1500. He has had multiple pole positions. Came very close to the win, rode Atlanta last season. He's well overdue that first victory. And I really hope he gets it this season. It'd be fantastic to see.
Pierce is sitting in P2 in the championship going into this one, right? And he will, he outwardly says, he's not the fastest guy on the grid. He just gets to where he's getting by staying out of trouble, keeping the car pointing in the right direction and putting the laps in. And
he does indeed, yeah. Now, Eric, he won at, was it Phillip Island he won?
Yes, after, who was it disconnected? A wheel disconnected from the lead.
Oh my gosh, yes. It was Joe, wasn't it? It was Joe Barlow?
No, I want to say it was one of the Dans, but I might be wrong.
Oh, Dano Hammond. Dano Hammond is wheel fried, and that's why he hasn't been back for a while. Come back, Dano, we miss you.
I didn't realise his wheel had fully fried.
Canadian livery back. That's what I heard, yeah.
I just thought it had been a disconnect at that point. I didn't realise it was fully spaghetti. That is very sad to hear.
Yeah. We've had a few drivers suffering at the moment. Yeah, so we were talking about Stephen Koenig earlier on. Sending our warm regards to him. And, and Dano. So Josh Kanameth into the pits then from P5 down to 8th already.
And what's that coming over the hill? That's Juan Escamilla chasing Eric still.
Is it not a monster?
That was just for Jools, was that one?
Yeah. Well, I knew it was coming. You told me off when I sent you my rude version of that song.
I did. Yes.
Anyone who wants that, send money, I will go.
So Namath in and out. Dropped to 11th just behind Line. You see just go past pit exit now.
Yeah.
So Line can't have lost that much because that's what they was before the pit stops. Line was ahead of them.
Yeah.
By a few seconds.
And on board.
Marin's in.
Marin Hugevin from the lead of the race then.
Yeah, Rob goes for the extra lap though.
This is one of the crucial pit stops. Oh, blinky, Mr. Line.
Sort it out.
Send us money for hearing the song and we'll improve Dave's internet for him.
Jeez.
Blinky Winky, the fifth Teletubby.
But before Hugevin pitted, he had shown a clean pair of heels to Miller. He was, 4 or 5 seconds ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez
Struggling
Louise.
on cold tyres.
That must have been so close to an unsafe pit exit there.
Yeah, and he's under attack from Gavin Kelly, our Season 4 F3 champion.
Wonder if Kelly will fight this or if he'll know, obviously, Kelly will know that Merritt's just come out of the pits there and he hasn't pitted yet, so I wonder how hard he'll fight it. Still got bragging rights on the line, of course.
Well, and he's got track position, so he has no... Yeah, I mean, Merrin can just stay ahead and defend this for all he's worth. Dan Shaw in the battle there, look, as well. He's having
Whoa!
Mr. Miller!
Whoa!
That was a toe.
Not a toe job.
I didn't say it!
He still said it. God.
Big toe job. That is an important toe job. That was battling for the win. That was leader on track at that point. Rob Miller backwards in the wall
look,
on
we've
pit
got an
entry.
absolute queue coming into the pit lane then. That's
Yes,
Gavin
two
Kelly
cars.
and Winslade. Parker in as well.
Here we go.
Here's Miller. Coming into the pit lane.
Oh,
he caught the
no.
gravel.
Lewis Hamilton, Shanghai 2007.
Well, at least Miller
But
made it a bit further.
at least Miller hit the wall. You know, Lewis just got
Right,
stuck.
Kelly's not taking tyres, but Winslade is. By the looks.
This is big news.
Miller. Aaron.
And that's Gabrielle, is it, in the background as well?
And
He's
Miller
gone up, so he's taking tyres.
still in the pits. Crazy.
Yeah, you can see that difference then in the difference between taking tyres and not taking tyres. There goes Josh Kanameth.
Well, that's it. Kelly's gained a bit of time on Namath. Let's put him right back on his tail.
Will he have
he's
any...
going to fight him as they go
twitchy
down
twitch.
the hill. just very wide there as they came through turn 3. It's giving Kelly the inside line. And they've just got, the inside line for all the S's. As long as he hasn't got a slowdown, then he's held position. Now, has Jools pitted or not?
Yeah, he pitted a few laps ago.
Oh, he did, yes, you're right, I forgot. Beg your pardon.
Will Kelly have any boots under him by the end of the race, though? That's a big claim. Like, there's a big move to not take boots, in my opinion.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, here comes Dan Short in from the lead of Club 1500.
Oh. They won't be able to change him.
Change the tyres when they're doing that.
That would be an unsafe pit stop in most forms of motorsport there for spinning wheels in the pits.
Some of the mechanics have lost their fingerprints there. The fingerprints gone.
Some of the mechanics are now climbing down from the roof of the garage where they just got chucked. Speeding in the pit lane, Lewis McManaman. Oh, the wheels!
Naughty boy.
The wheels are coming off Lewis's race. This is a big shame. Hopefully, he can come back strong for the next round, which will be at Fuji Speedway.
Escamilla.
One more time for one.
1x for Juan.
I think there's more than 1x. On board with Nico Martel from Blast Off Racing. Oh, mate. That's gone badly wrong.
That's just Phillip Island all over again. That's his headset, 100%.
Juan is still off the track.
Still only Juan off track, according to our leaderboard.
Back to this. Look at that though. That's a risky racing in between Kelly and Namath then. Oh, and then he goes into the pits.
Messenger that was.
Michael Messenger, and he's having a bit of an off-colour race for his high standards. That spin he had earlier.
Brand new track. How many practice laps have Risky collectively put into it?
I doubt it was that many.
At least 0.
I bet before the practice started, yeah, it was 0 across them all.
It's not an easy track to jump straight into.
Oh dear.
I was just going to say, he was showing up red on the tracker there. We're missing the track map, unfortunately. New track, we don't seem to have got a track map for it yet. But.
Yeah, big shame. But that was a very unfortunate incident for Carollo, who had such an amazing recovery drive to that point.
Well, he was back up to second.
Yeah.
I don't know if he needed to pit again, but still, that was...
No, I think we'd just seen him in, actually, in a couple of laps ago. I saw him come in behind a couple of the top split guys.
Oh, there's a replay. So just dropped it.
Oh. Surprising to see that at this point in the race, yeah.
That's a new one, though. He's found a new barrier to put a dent in.
Well, it was a popular one on cold tyres as the guys were doing quali outlaps and stuff like that, but at this point in the race I'd have thought everything would be up to temp and you could, as long as you feather it a little bit, I thought that would be a fairly easy corner to get the power back down. But I wonder if he's run out of tread, which we said might be a problem.
Yeah, quite agree, yeah. So, in top split then, the order, that can't be right. Malaren, Greening, Hugevin.
Greening's not pitted yet, neither's Malaren.
Yeah.
Or Walker we've not seen in the pits either, I don't think.
No, that's true. He's up 10 places at the moment, surely heading for a pit stop soon.
I think he started from the pits.
He was miles back, wasn't he? He didn't... I don't recall seeing his name. I recall seeing he was miles out of position and he was fighting his way up through the clubbers at the start of the race. So is he on the no stop strat? A 1:13.975 for his most recent lap, compared to a fastest lap in top split of a 1:12.826. Yeah.
Don Parker just did a 13.8, which is only a 10 faster.
13.4 for line. Yeah.
Neymar 13.9, Kelly 13.9.
So pace across the split has dropped off a bit then at the minute. I wonder if it's still tyres just getting back into an operating window. And of course a lot of them have just put fuel back in, so we'll be Chungus again.
Yeah.
13.6
for Miller compared to the 14.0 and a 14.1 for Ettridge and Winslade.
How does Miller tend to sort of race his, his temperament after sort of a mistake like that? Does he drive angry, or does he just sort of say, "Oh, not again," and then?
I think we've seen some evidence that he gets a bit frustrated. And
Yes. Putting that frustration into his tyres right now as he cooks them up and sets some hot laps.
Quite possibly, yeah.
From my chats with him, he's someone who's very. He puts a lot of pressure on himself, and he beats himself up for his for the incidents, which can be unhealthy, as we all know. But
yes. So he made a mistake at Road Atlanta the last round, didn't he? And then set the fastest lap.
yes,
So he's pretty good at channeling his frustrations, then, at least.
Yes, maybe at the expense of his poor tyres.
Yeah.
As Hugevin is now all over the back of green and he hasn't stopped. Or practiced.
he's run wide.
Tell me you don't want to fight without telling me you don't want to fight.
You're obsessed with that sentence at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's the best from Laren up front. Here he is.
So 12 seconds then is with 10 laps to go, but we don't think we're going to get time. Look at that, 41 minutes gone. So we've only got 9 minutes of the race left. And if we're doing 1:13s, we're not going to complete 44 laps.
Well, we've still got a quarter of the race left, really, haven't we? We've got sort of 11 laps to go.
Yeah,
Oh, that's Juan again, I think, in trouble.
yeah. One more time. One, do tell us when you want to us to stop doing those jokes, and we will stop for £1.
I won't even stop for 1 minute, to be honest.
One more drive-through.
Again.
The Juan joke will be the Juan easiest joke that we will ever say.
Have you ever heard the transmission about the deer with Juan Pablo? Oh,
I have not.
go on YouTube. It's the funniest thing. He gets a radio.
Messenger, how many penalties is there going to be this race?
It's quite a few. I mean, brand new track, very difficult,
Tyres are burning up.
Potatoed, yep.
and only a 12x limit for our drivers.
There's Ettridge as well.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me.
Just need greening for the triple.
There's smoke coming off the steward's keyboard right now.
Joe Barlow sending us something. Oh, I think he's waving these guys through. Nice to see. And Joe Barlow.
This is the most retirements we've ever had in the away race.
Yes.
We've got 5 cars out. Almost 6 now.
Can we shout out Joe Barlow currently running? We've got a back markers running 2-3 at the moment. Which is. Oh, look at this! Look!
Here we go. Wait for the message. Come on. Wow.
How Ollie Walker did not impale himself in the middle of Greening's car there. That looked very
tings.
tight. I don't know if that was for camera shortening or e-sport tings, but yeah, he was lucky.
We definitely need to see the team.
Round it goes!
He's dropped it as well. Everyone's losing it. What is going on here?
The tyres are potatoed.
I was shouting out to him, but look at that. He's just he's done the move.
Nicely done. Yeah, I don't know. He's sort of, again, like we were saying about Eric sort of staying out of trouble and creeping up the order. I think that's very much what Joe's done this race.
Yeah.
I don't really remember seeing him much on track, but there he is, third in class.
We just cut to a very tight situation with that's Winslade, Miller and Shaw as they came through the tricky carousel. I can't remember what corner number that is. You'll have to excuse me.
73. Yes. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think that was Martel, was it?
Oh, and he got the other risky.
Somebody screenshot that and send it to them. Synchro risky spins.
Turkeys.
Turn 8 is the super long one. Oh, there's Ettridge around.
Uh-oh.
And that's
a shame. That's so crunchy.
Oh.
Well, that was Gabriel's recovery drive ended, isn't it?
Yeah, he was off the racing line, but yeah, he was entitled to be out there.
That was so close to Greening getting collected by Walker.
Yes. Greening diving into the pit lane then.
They're all dropping off. So the back markers are currently going to take a chunk out of the Wizards leading.
Yeah, new fastest lap as well for Dan Shawlett at 1:13.694 in class.
He's got a massive lead. He doesn't even need to be pushing, but he is still.
Our statisticians.
Two drivers haven't stopped.
That's Winslade and Miller down the inside of Eric Piusi and Dan Shaw, the leader of Club 1500.
Our statisticians won't thank me for saying or reminding about the drop scores, of course, for the Club 1500 Championship, which probably will mean that. Yeah. After drop scores taken into account, it'll probably still be quite a comfortable gap for the Wizards green team.
Yep.
It won't be if they keep having races like this.
That's true, though. Yeah.
You have now got 6 cars out. I think it's 7 actually. Terry hasn't just left the server. That's all.
We've got a very tight gap going on here between Winslade and Miller. Just looking at the timing tower, and it was down to 0.2. It's now 0.3. But yeah, this is squeaky bum time for the ETM
not as much
driver.
as that.
Wow, Kelly round.
That's not going to help those tyres that he didn't change.
No.
He's probably lost another 10%.
Oh, is that him right ahead then of
Yep.
the Winslade-Miller battle?
That's a
Miller
catch-22,
really wants to
isn't
get
it? Because now he wants to push to try and get away from this battle in pair, but he's also just superheated his potatoes.
Yes. This is not a comfortable situation for Kelly. Not a comfortable situation for Winslade. Miller holds all the aces. Wow, that's going to be a slowdown. It's just completely missed the braking zone for T1.
Oh, that's a shame.
If Kelly was hoping that Winslade would be his rear gunner there, it's...
There's the risky...
There you go, it's the triple.
The risky drive through triple. Yeah, massive slowdown for Winslade after cutting the inside of T2, and that's let Miller through.
And
that's
Shaw all over him as well now.
Yeah, that was looking quite fun for a couple of laps there, and was our closest battle on track. Let's see what Shaw can do though. Oh, he's not letting him through, is he?
Do you think Reese will punish them
Yes.
for this performance?
Oh yes, he will Fox smash that door.
So Hoogerman is holding on at the front, but he just lost almost 2 seconds that lap to Hoogerman.
Hearing some Parker saying "my hero" to someone. Now I want to see what the respective lap times are between Malarin and Hoogervin, because as you say, Jools, the gap is coming down. 8.2 now.
2 minutes left on the clock.
Oh, it's agonising for him.
Everyone is suffering that hasn't stopped or haven't changed tyres.
13.3 then for Malarin, and a new personal best. We wait a few seconds to see Malarin's. It's a 12.9.
Parker going past Walker.
Yeah, I think Walker made that pretty easy there. Like, he's clearly on the fuel save strats.
Yeah, good spot, guys. So I'm 0.4 a lap. That's not enough, is it, for Merrin to take the win here? So unless Tour's tyres do what Kelly's have done, which is a possibility. Look, what's happened here then? So Miller has just stormed past Kelly into the head.
You just saw someone taking candy from a baby.
Yeah. Kelly didn't even fight that, so he knows he's on borrowed time with his tyres. But which, surely Merrin then up front, he's got to be struggling with the same issue with his tyres. But we're not seeing it.
He hasn't looped it like Kelly.
No.
Also, he did stop, so he would have had probably 2 lots of light fuel compared to Kelly, who maybe hasn't.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I mean, Kelly's now got to worry about Winslade behind him, and Will he lose to Dan Shaw?
Yeah, he knows what happens when Winslade gets close to him.
Yeah, he drives into him. He says, "Hello, mate."
We lost someone. Too many points.
Lewis McManaman, rest in peace.
DQ.
Early bar for him. It's a big shame.
And here's how it
Oh,
happened.
this will be why.
Oh, what a...
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No, that explains.
Oh dear. And
Who's that?
Chris White drive
White.
through.
Looks like Ettridge and Messenger both potentially just sitting in the pits, so that's 2 more gone.
Chris has had a couple of low
Is anyone going to finish?
Yeah, Chris has had a couple of bad races from his standards, like Road Atlanta with the horror unsafe rejoin, and now a drive through here.
Oh no!
And an unsafe exit.
No! White flag's being
Chris.
waved. Checkered flag's being waved.
Checkered flag's been waved. Wow, Tom Lawrence just won the race.
He
On a
comes across
no-stop.
the line.
The cheeky Swede.
Smurf.
Well, look, the flag is blue and yellow. It should be blue and white, I guess. But so Tom Lawrence wins from Meren Hugevin. Dom Parker. Here he is. And he's got a couple of corners to go, but Dom Parker is heading for the podium. What a fantastic
Must
drive.
be happy with that.
The no-stop has finally won a race.
Wowzers.
Yeah, but he didn't do it with no stopping.
No. Todd.
Oh yes, sure. Yeah, no, we were hoping for that for the whole season.
Ah, but do you think Dom's miffed because someone else has no stop to the win?
Imagine.
The fuel
He
save.
would be happy with the podium.
Yeah, the fuel save. Wow, here we go. We've got a battle here for P7. Winslade and Kelly. Pair of OG drivers going for it here.
And the winner of top split.
Oh, very
by a
wide.
country mile.
Dan Shaw, Club 1500
Oh,
on debut.
look at the penalty. Oh no.
Turkey
dinner time. Dan Shaw, though, first time in the LOA Club, LOA F3 Championship, and he's got a win on debut.
Nicely done, that man.
That's beautiful. Yeah, well done, mate. Well done, Dan. Congratulations to you.
I wonder if he knows, because there's drivers obviously on the track right now that he doesn't race within GT3.
Well, that's very true, yeah.
I wonder if he even knows that he's won right now.
Well, that was an incredible race at Rudskogen Motorsenter. Tourmalaren wins the race on the no-stop for Wizards Divination, with Meren Hugevin in second place. Also for Wizards Divination, it's an all-Wizards podium with Dom Parker in third place, David Line in fourth for the A team, then Josh Kanaman for a great drive for the ETM, Rob Miller in sixth, then we've got Gavin Kelly, Winslade, Walker, Maxwell, Greening, Messenger, Ettridge, Parker, that's the Nathan kind, and Graham Bartley in 15th place, rounding out the top split. Dom, I'm going to pick you. You can take us through the teams.
Pikachu, I choose you.
Yeah.
I meant to say earlier, I do rate this this livery that is done for DJ. I hope to see James
nice.
back on track soon. But yeah, Clubber. So Dan taking the win and the big haul of points on debut from other Dan, who manages to get the P2. Joe Barlow holds on to P3 there, with Innis recovering up to P4 there. Very nice recovery for him.
Everyone a lap down or more.
Yes, yep. Eric comes home 5th from Rich in 6th. Juan Escamilla in 7th from Chris White, who picked up those 2 penalties at the end. Lewis McManaman, Gabriel Carollo, Nico Martel, stinker by Nico standards there. Yanniman Pruis, Dean Perry, and Matthew Lee, who disconnected quite early on.
Yeah, big shame. And Jools, perhaps you could talk us through the hot team action.
Yes, well,
championships in fact.
He's brought it back up to Hugevin a bit there. Obviously, Miller has jumped ahead of Walker there, as his no stop didn't quite work. It looked like he ran out of fuel. Line is a bit anonymous this season, having won last season, so maybe he's just having a bit of a chill. Maybe he'll come back next season. There's no point.
Yeah, look at that gap.
The 18 and Evocation are going to fight maybe for second and third, but Yeah, Divination have gone.
Divination have won every single race this season, haven't they?
They have. But look, Stupid Aguri and ETM are having a good battle over 5th and 6th with Bull Sim Racing.
And Evocation jumped above Alpha there as well.
Yeah.
No Geordie in tonight's
here,
race,
and
yeah.
obviously Walker running out of fuel wasn't conducive to bringing home the points.
Looking at the championship for Club 1500, we've got Mark Innis still out in front, managing to salvage something out of this race after a poor early couple of laps there. Eric still in P2. Dan Hill jumps up into P3 there. It's Nico maintains position, but it's Roberto who drops the 2 positions. Joe Barlow now up into 6th, jumping up 3 positions from Chris Forrester, who didn't race tonight. Dean Perry, looking good, Dean Perry there in 8th. We sort of see him involved in a few accidents, but getting some points on the board there. Chris White, Dan Shaw jumping up into 10th from his one race, taking home the top step on debut. Janneman, Juan Escamilla, Rich, Steve Koenig, and didn't quite catch the rest there. But looking at the championships, the back markers have jumped the Wizards into P1 in the team standings. Wizards Transmutation up in 2nd there in QRS, which is Eric by himself holding on to 3rd. Notable further down the line there, Dan's win, jumping up DJ Sim Sports up into P9 straight away. There's Jet Speed and DSR both fall.
Awesome.
Yeah, not really too many other people to mention there. CC are holding on well despite Chris Forrester not racing too much recently, so join us again soon, Chris.
Fuji for next time though, but let's talk quickly. Rudskogen, what's your views? Good track? Like it?
Yeah, I rate it.
I love driving it. Love it, yeah. Maybe not so suited for these cars, but we still had some great battles.
It was a challenge, but we had some passing. It wasn't like a procession. So yeah, but next time we're going to Fuji for the 2nd time for the LOA. No chicane this time. It should be a stonking battle. Make sure you do come and check us out on our Discord and our socials. And we have a brand new social channel thing coming up soon. So keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, thanks for joining me, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
No chickens.
Au revoir.